him to justify the confidence reposed in him by Nigerians.
And experts challenge AU member states to work collectively towards recovering assets and looted funds stashed in foreign countries.
And members of El Zazaki Islamic sect arraigned in court over street protests and threats to lives and property.
Here are details of the news. Now we begin with NAS leadership. President Muhammadu Buhari has confirmed to be under tremendous pressure to constitute the new Executive Council of the Federation.
Hosting the leadership of the National Assembly to a special dinner, the president, however, says that notwithstanding, he will not be rushed into appointing people that cannot deliver. State House correspondent Adam Musambo reports.
Without doubt, one of the most talked about issues in Nigeria today is the awaited reconstitution of the Federal Executive Council. Nigerians are indeed eager to know those to be appointed as ministers and how soon. This special dinner with presiding and principal officers of both chambers of the National Assembly provided the opportunity for President Muhammadu Buhari to put the record straight.
I'm very much aware about it. I'm under tremendous pressure on it. But the last cabinet, which I had, most of them, the majority of them, I didn't know them. I had to accept the names and recommendations from the party and the other individuals. Now this time around, I'm going to be quite mean. Mean in the sense that I will pick people I personally know. Please, Senate President, bear with me. I'm on my last lap.
President Buhari described as pleasing the voting pattern of the National Assembly leadership, which he said not only showed maturity and patriotism, but also signaled to Nigerians that love for the nation supersedes party affiliations.
And it makes a lot of sense to cultivate good neighborhood, whether on individual or national level. I assure you, if Nigeria hasn't cultivated its neighborhood, the damage by Boko Haram would have been much worse than it is.
The president, who made a case for sustained collaboration and cooperation with the legislature for effective service delivery and good governance, however, urged the lawmakers to stop comparing Nigeria's democracy with that of the more developed countries in their debates, saying every country has its peculiarities and varied experiences. Senate President Ahmed Lawan and Speaker Femi Bajabiamila assured the president that they are set to work with him seamlessly towards addressing genuine public concerns and bequeathing worthy legacies for posterity.
All that is before us will be Nigeria and Nigerians. Therefore, it's something that we are committed to. And Mr. President has also assured us that he's ready to work with us, just like we are ready to work with him. So Nigerians should expect a relationship that will be cordial, a relationship that will be productive, a relationship that will provide opportunities for Nigerians to actualize their dreams.
Some of the lawmakers at the event described the engagement with the president as encouraging and reassuring.
For this to happen, we equally assured him that we are going to work with him, we are going to take the interests of this country far and over above any other interest we will have. And certainly it pleases both sides.
This country is bigger than any single individual, and that we will put all our hands on deck to ensure that we deliver on the dividend of democracy. The welfare of Nigerians does not know party, and as such we are going to look at issues based on by party.
By discharges of his ability
banditry, herdsmen farmers clashes, Boko Haram insurgency, and even the problem of the Shiite sect that is beginning to rear its ugly head in our body polity can all be traced to the fact that non-state actors are in possession of these small arms and light weapons.
The Commission is expected to take the necessary measures to ensure safe and effective management, storage, and security of national stocks of small arms and light weapons.
When you looked at the functions of the Commission, it's in line with mopping up completely of all arms and ammunition within the country.
Those in favor of the bill, please say aye. Those against, please say nay. The ayes have it. Bill referred to Committee on National Security and Intelligence when constituted.
In line with commemoration of World Population Day, the House, in motion by Representative Nkiruka Onyejocha from Abia State, the need to address issues affecting females in Nigeria, urged the federal government to develop a short, medium, and long-term plan to give attention to the issues.
The House is also concerned that with the rise in insurgency, sectarian crisis, and killings in recent years in Nigeria, the plight of women has worsened, with more widows and orphaned children, especially the girl child.
The House also urged the National Population Commission to prepare a national plan for population census in Nigeria and forward same to the National Assembly for legislative action. The House of Representatives also at thought plenary adopted 2 motions of urgent public importance, including that urging the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing and the Federal Road Maintenance Agency to commence rehabilitation of Ajokuta Tobe Road and Bridge to ease off traffic and other road hazards in the area. Plenary was adjourned till Tuesday, the 16th of July 2019. From the National Assembly, Kenan, NTA News.
And 65 members of the Islamic sect movement of Nigeria have been arrested as they return to the streets of Abuja on Thursday in continuation of their protest for the release of the leader El-Zazaki. Tessie Omir reports.
The protest by the Islamic sect movement of Nigeria is taking another dimension. Barely 24 hours after a protest that disrupted peace within the FCT, with 9 policemen injured as well as several vehicles damaged, the group were back on the streets again. This necessitated the FCT Police Command to disperse them in order to avoid escalation.
We converge also to make sure that we give them the much cover needed. Unfortunately, they turned their civil procession or whatever to violent. They started attacking the policemen, throwing stones onto us. Because of this attack, we felt there's need to disperse them, and of course we disperse them using minimum force. The minimum force is we tear gas them to make sure that they disperse, so that we're not going to get a repeat of what happened on Tuesday. And in the process of dispersing them, we're able to arrest up to 65 of them. The roads are now okay. Citizens should go about their lawful businesses without any fear.
Eyewitness account shows that even though there was panic, but normalcy has returned.
I was going to work, and on reaching here, I saw the protesters with stones, and the police was hitting them, warning shots in the air, and dispatched them.
So imagine somebody as far back as maybe Jikoi is now the one telling somebody to say that there is fight at sectarian. And so what information do you have there that you are so, but I am at that secretariat right now and there is nothing problem, no fight. So people should calm down.
Arrival at the entrance of the National Assembly shows that Nigerians are going about their normal businesses, and then security personnel are on alert to forestall any breakdown of law and order. Tessie Omiri, NTA News.
The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation says it is poised to liaise with all agencies outside the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System, IPPIS, Details with Kunle Adey on Business News.
The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation says it will continue to engage with all agencies outside the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System (IPPIS) as the deadline for the total adherence to the presidential directive draws near. This is in line with ongoing reforms in the public finance management system. Against this backdrop, that it brought together national executives of staff unions comprising ASU, NASU, SANU, and NAT on the enrollment of the federal universities into the payment system. The meeting availed participants with the opportunity to share their concerns and arrive at a common front.
From the union's perspective, the last interaction was in 2014. I would say from the non-union perspective, the interactions continued. And we reached this level, which is now being placed before the unions to get their honest comments, which will be discussed.
To seek your cooperation to achieve a seamless enrollment in compliance with the presidential directive, which is geared towards transparency and accountability for good governance. Because we cannot afford to toy with our system. More especially, that is why this interactive session is being called. Because there's a presidential mandate that by end of August to September, any MDA that is not on IPPIS might not get funding from the federal government.
Meanwhile, financial experts have advocated sustainable approach and management of recovered assets and looted funds as the federal government intensified efforts towards tackling corruption in the country.
It shouldn't be wasted. If it's wasted, then the purpose of recovery will only be limited to deterrence in terms of not benefiting from the crime, but the benefit to society has been lost.
And in the capital market, stocks depreciated 1.86% at the end of the trading session on Thursday, 11th July 2019. Next is the closing figures of other trades on the floor of the exchange. With business news, I'm Kunle Adey.
This is the news at 10. We're taking a short break now. The news returns presently. And the news at 10 is broadcast here on NTA News 24 Abuja. Now, Ministry's Department agencies are to abide by Executive Order Number 3 in the procurement of textile materials and uniform of personnel. Consequently, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, is providing incentives towards reviving the dilapidated textile industries in the country. Here is Musa Baba Ali with the rest of the story.
Even though 70% of Nigeria's larger textile industries have gone comatose, there are a number of garments, lint and ginneries that are still in good shape and operational. But lack of patronage is now a threat to their existence, especially the garment industries. Folakia Oyemede says she laid off more than 500 of her staff due to lack of work.
And when I say lack of patronage, I would say lack of patronage predominantly from government institutions.
Just like Folake, many operators in the garment and textile industries presented their challenges at this meeting with the central bank officials. Military and paramilitary officials were also at the meeting to explain the source of their uniform materials.
Since 2015,